We're finding it hard to live without Thor in studio, but we will take it when you're out hitting the water this morning.
Jody, such a charmer. Thanks very much. We're at the Delta Deas Rowing Club. Tim McCormick, you're the head coach here, and we're learning all about the great techniques and form that you need to become a rower. Rob here demonstrating it beautifully. So what are the things you need to keep in mind when you first become a rower?
Right, so Rob, actually, if you just want to go up to your catch, when you're starting out, you want to be starting out with your shins nice and vertical.
Okay, I'm just going to follow along and mirror what you're saying.
That's
here.
perfect,
Okay.
perfect. So you're starting shins nice and vertical here. His back is nice and straight and tall. His arms are relaxed. His fingers are relaxed. So this is what we call the catch. It's where the oar is in the water.
Right.
Rob is going to start by pushing with his legs and just his legs. He's going to push out. Then his body opens like so, and then his arms come in and he squeezes out into the finish. So that's called the drive. So if you want to try that, follow that sequence. Legs, body swing, and then the arms come in.
And I guess that the key is to let your legs do a lot of the work so your upper body doesn't get tired, right?
Yeah, it's a common misconception that rowing is all about arms, and it's actually about 70% leg power, and then the rest of it comes from your core and your arms pulling in at the finish.
And these ergometers, these rowing machines, are great. They're what you use in the winter when you can't actually go on the water, and just the ultimate sort of machine for training, right?
Yeah, no, it's a really good full body sport. There aren't a lot of sports that use quite the full array of muscles that rowing does, but you use everything from your legs up through your core all the way into your arms as well.
In terms of the sequence, when I sort of extend my legs, bring the arms in, as I'm going back, do I keep my arms in, or when do I extend them again?
Yeah, so this is when you stop at the finish there, Rob. There you go. So at the finish here, Rob, this is at the end of the stroke. The oar comes out of the water. His arms come away first. It's the reverse of before. Then the body closes over, and then the knees break, and he comes back up to the catch.
Awesome. Great tips all around, Tim. Thanks very much. We're hanging out here at Deas Island. It's a beautiful morning shaping up to be, and we're getting great rowing tips here at the Delta Deas Rowing Club. Stick around.
Yeah, you got to hit the record button on your PVR because you never know once Thor gets out on the water if that will flip or not.
That's right, Jody. Thanks very much. We're here in lovely Deas Island Park. Tim, you're the head coach here of the Delta Deas Rowing Club. And first of all, we need to talk about attire because this clearly what I'm wearing isn't ideal for rowing purposes, right?
Yeah, no, neither of us is wearing anything particularly good. Much better is tight clothing. You can think about cycling. You can look at the people in the boat over there.
Yeah.
They're wearing really good clothes for what we're looking for.
Okay, so essentially think about what you would wear while you're cycling. You want sort of stuff that's going to be not sort of like, you know, the wind's coming at you, so you want to make sure it's nice and tight against you, right?
Yeah, and there's a couple of moving parts in rowing as well, so the tight clothing helps keep your clothes from getting stuck in any of those moving parts.
So no capes.
No capes.
Okay. This is the shell, and this is like a single occupant vessel, I guess, right?
Yeah. This is like the Formula One racer of rowing shells.
Right.
So this is beautiful boat. Everything in rowing when we're doing the racing rowing is really light. We can take a look at one of the oars here that we've got.
And these are 100%, aside from the plastic, carbon fiber.
Yeah. So this just weighs a couple of ounces. It's really easy to handle. And the boats themselves, this whole boat here, it's about 28 feet long.
Yeah.
But the whole thing only weighs about 30 pounds. I can easily lift this by myself.
Amazing.
I can throw this over my head.
Wow.
If I wanted to.
Okay, and then in terms of actually getting in, we've got the seat here that moves, up and down, and then the built-in sort of shoes. Yeah.
So this is the seat is really what gives rowing its speed and power because it allows you to use the legs to push the boat, just like we saw earlier.
Yeah.
And the shoes are actually fixed in the boat.
Okay.
A lot of people are worried about flipping in a rowing shell and getting stuck in the shoes, but actually they're tied in here with heel ties. That's a safety feature so that if you do roll in, you're going to be just fine.
All right, cool. Thanks a lot, Tim. I will actually be getting in one of these river-worthy shells in a little bit. The sun's coming up, Michelle. It's beautiful here at Deas Island Park, and we're hanging out with Tim and the wonderful crew here at the Delta Deas Rowing Club, I should say. Look at this beautiful morning it's shaping up to be.
It is beautiful. You know, seeing you in that rowing machine earlier there, Thor, was very House of Cards of you.
That's right, Jody. It's a beautiful morning here. We're at Deas Island Park, and we're with Tim, the head coach of the Delta Deas Rowing Club. And Tim, you're in the boat with Nelson there. We're in one of the quads, and you saw me sort of awkwardly get in the boat, but this is going to be sort of building all of these great areas of our core and our cardiovascular. What are some of the techniques and sort of like, what are you actually working out here when you're rowing?
Well, it's a full body sport, like you were just saying. So it's legs is the primary driver of the stroke, but then you use your core and then you use your arms at the end of the stroke. You get a really good back workout, which is tough to get with some sports. So it's really a full body workout. You get everything involved when you're rowing.
So I've got a great team with me in the boat here. What's the first thing to do to get started?
Well, I'm going to have you move up to that catch position. So you're going to be compressing your legs. Yep, coming all the way up, reaching out with the arms, thumbs on the ends of the handles.
Okay.
You're going to square your oars so that they're in the water and ready to push.
Like that?
Good. Relax with your hands. Let the oars float in the water. And then the first thing you're going to do is push with your legs. Thinking about that sequence of motion, legs, then body, and then arms. Good.
Okay.
Really relaxed pace. Trying to watch the body in front of you for the timing. All right, so let's stop rowing for a second here.
Okay.
Good,
So
good.
when the oars are out of the water, I sort of flip them up like that.
Yeah, so when you're pushing, the oars are going to be what we call on the square.
Yeah.
So that they're perpendicular to the water.
Right.
So if you twist them forward just a little bit, that'll be the square. And then when you're on the recovery, when you're not pushing,
Yes.
the oars are going to be
Like
on
that.
what we call the feather.
The feather.
Good.
Okay.
And when you're doing that, you can let the oars rest on the surface of the water. And they'll act sort of like training wheels when you're starting. It's something we do with the Learn to Row classes.
Okay. So just let them go. Okay.
Perfect.
All right, let's try a little more. We'll go real slow, guys.
Real slow. So if you guys want to start just up at the catch again. Good. Let's get the oars squared and push. Good. Good. Really follow the body in front of you. So watch. Yeah.
Okay.
Watch the person in front of you for the timing. Good. There you go. Nice and slow.
There you go, guys. Obviously, practice makes perfect, and we're here. It's a beautiful morning at Deas Island Park. I will keep going, and we're getting some great tips here from Tim with the Delta Deas Rowing Club.
Thor, you're making that look easy. It is exceptionally difficult. You're doing live television and learning to scull at the same time. That is pretty cool.
We're here at the Delta Deas Rowing Club, and Julie, you're the para coach here. And talk to us about the importance of the adaptive program here.
So the adaptive program just thinks a little bit outside of the box. We've got people with paralysis, amputations, visually impaired, and then Pearson here.
And that really shows the sort of the different levels that they do here at the rowing club, right? From all skill levels, from like competing on a national stage to people that need sort of adaptive shells, and it just sort of helps get everyone involved, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. The water's for everybody.
There you go. Okay, thanks a lot. Pearson, take it away. All right, guys, we'll have one more segment coming up here at the Delta Deas Rowing Club, and I will be getting in the boat one more time. Rowing is the appropriate theme, and ready row, you guys. Let's take it away. And Tim, you've been so gracious here all morning with me, teaching me all about the techniques. Now, what you guys do here is appropriate for all skill levels and ages, right?
Yeah, no, totally. It's we have rowing all the way from some of our juniors are actually going to be trying out for the Canadian national team in June, and all the way through to some of our older masters. We're about 30% over the age of 60, which doesn't say that we're not looking for some younger folks as well. And we appropriate all skill and age levels, for sure. So it's a really, really great sport for that.
And you had some great techniques and tips for me in terms of, getting the proper, rowing.
Yeah, it's a technical sport.
How am I doing now, basically?
It's a technical sport. The biggest tip right now is just to relax a little bit.
Okay.
Especially on the recovery when your oars aren't in the water.
Okay.
Another great tip for a crew boat like this is really try to watch that person in front of you, and their body is going to give you the timing.
And this is something that people of all ages can do. I mean, you guys have such a varied group here at the Delta Deas Rowing Club, right?
Yes, we do. Yeah, we have the junior program is from ages 13 through 18. And then we also have a Thriving Masters program, which starts at the age of 21, pardon me, and goes all the way up as high as you want to go. So you can go, there's some age categories for people up to 90 years old.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
And what's the sort of workout? What types of parts of the body are really getting the love here?
Yeah, so the legs are getting the biggest part of the workout, but then the body and the arms come in too. One of the really nice things about this sport, though, is that it's low impact, or no impact even. So there are a lot of athletes who come to us from other sports where they've gotten injured doing something impactful, and they can still row, and they can row pretty much forever as long as they want to.
Awesome, Tim. You've been amazing. I've just learned so much from you, and I can already see some improvements. And man, if I came back and did the clinic, it'd be a breeze soon enough. But it's all about the teamwork, right?
Indeed it is. Indeed it is.
All right, guys, you can check out the website for more. Jody, I've had so much fun here, and it's a beautiful morning at Deas Island Park. Oh, yeah.
Dordyko, you are incredibly impressive how you have come to master that in just a few short strokes, I say.